Well, hello everybody, and good morning or good evening, depending on where you live. Welcome to another vlog. We're local today. I'm going to be on the island, or Vancouver Island, for several weeks at least, and I'd like to do some more local stuff. So today I'm at a waterfall that I have photographed before, but we're going to photograph it with a bit of a twist. I've got the Hasselblad out today, and I just have the one lens, so it'll be interesting to see what I can come up with the 55mm, and that translates into probably around 35mm full frame. So the area that I've come to today is, excuse me for a sec, is called Triple Falls, and it's right in Errington, which is just outside of where I live in Parksville. It's a little tricky to find, and there are a lot of no trespassing signs, but it is on public land, so just be careful that you don't go on the private property. The trail kind of circumnavigates that, well, the new trail anyway. Now, I was here, it was probably about a month ago now, with our Vancouver Island workshop group, which, if you're interested, we have spaces left for the fall and also next spring. But the water levels were a little bit high, and one of the problems, hang on a minute, let me just get over this log here. This probably wasn't the best time to vlog. One of the problems with this waterfall when it has a lot of water is that it has quite a bit of foam form on it, and it's not that attractive. So I'm hoping today there won't be as much foam around, and if that's the case, then it should be really good, because we get those nice bubbles forming without the foam, and you get these swirls. You can, if you use a long shutter speed, then you can create swirls, and I'll probably just end up using a case ND filter of some sort just to slow the shutter speed down. And I'm trying to get over this log here. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn this off because I'm having trouble vlogging while I'm going over these obstacles. But as soon as I get down there, then we can talk more about the compositions and the conditions of the waterfall. Wow, this is beautiful right now. As I said, I was here about a month ago, and this whole area was surrounded by spring flowers, mostly white thorn lilies. Now they have gone. But there was too much water, and actually on the other side here there were some great patches of flowers, but I would have needed chest waders to get over there. Plus I was with a group, so, but I'm glad I came back. It's so lush and green right now. So I think what I'm going to do is head on over across the stream here and see what I can find on the other side, because there's some really great ferns right now. All right, this is so beautiful right now. Look at these ferns. I'm not sure if I've ever come here this time of year. I have been here in the spring, but earlier, probably around April, beginning of May. But everything's just looking really lush and great right now. There's a new addition. There's this log here that kind of gets in the way a little bit. This used to be up the top there, so I'm guessing at one point they had a lot of water come down here and it just flushed it down. I'm guessing eventually there'll be enough water here that'll just flush it down the river. But yeah, just the right amount of water right now, so it's looking good. What I have in mind is perhaps using these ferns in the foreground to frame the waterfall, and I might be able to hide that log behind the ferns there. So let me get my camera out and see if I can actually do it with a 55mm. That'll be interesting, because I might have to back up to where the video camera is, and I'm definitely going to probably have to focus stack, I think, which is not a big deal, but it's just an extra step that I don't really want to take. But right, get my camera out and have a look. Okay, now since I reviewed this camera, I did get an addition to it. As many of you know, this doesn't have a viewfinder, it just has this screen on the back, but it does have kind of an optical viewfinder that you can use to help with your compositions. So that's the part that I have now. So that just fits on like so. And the reason why I got this is when I was using 4x5, I used to walk around with a Linhof viewfinder. It was really good. It was great for finding compositions. And inside the viewfinder here, it has marks for specific focal lengths. So I could just walk around with this beforehand and then try to find compositions. Then once I think that I found something, then get the camera out and set it up. Kind of old school. But I think for now, I'm just going to walk around with this and see what I can find looking through this little viewfinder here. So let's try that and see what we can come up with. Okay, as I mentioned, 55mm is not not my preferred focal length, that's for sure. It would be really nice to have a wide angle here right now. But I think I can come up with a shot. Really challenged me. Definitely going to have to focus stack this one. Ferns are moving a little bit, so I might have to take some of the faster shutter speed and then combine those with the waterfall in the background. In terms of the exposure for the waterfall, I'm exposing for the highlights, so I am bringing my exposure down 1/3 to 2/3 of a stop from the average, taking an overall average meter reading. Okay, that was a huge fail on my part. I couldn't resist. So I have this little Fujifilm X-S20, I think it's called. X-S20. It's a tiny little camera, and it's great for just video. And you notice I've got a little tripod here as well. I just couldn't resist, so I got the 10-24 on here, and it's perfect for this composition. It was just too good to pass up. So big fail with the one lens, one camera challenge, I guess. Yeah, sorry about that. But I really do love this this composition, and the upper waterfall is looking really good as well. So maybe I'll have to do the one lens challenge some other time. To be honest with you, like I said, 55mm is a strange focal length for me. I used to use primes all the time, but I really do enjoy the convenience of zooms. As Brian said in a video that I did a while ago, zoom with your feet. Yeah, that's okay, but sometimes it's really hard to do that, especially when you're in an area like this where you don't have a lot of room. Anyway, I've taken the shot and I'll show you right now. Okay, after my huge fail with one lens, So much for that. I've found something that's a bit more appropriate for the focal length that I'm using. But even with this, you know, I'm doing it as a 65 by 24 pano. As like I said, it's kind of an awkward focal length for me. If I want to just fill the frame with a waterfall, I've got to get much closer. Anyway, this looks beautiful, and it's definitely the spring greens that make it. I think I did a shot here a few years ago in the autumn, and we've got some beautiful yellows in these big leaf maples, so it'd be nice to compare it to that. Yeah, I love this view, and this creek just keeps going. But this is a really nice clear view of this waterfall, and it's a pretty good angle as well. So let's take this. Again, I'm at around half a second, f16. Probably don't need to be f16, but I've just brought it down to f16 because I'm at the lowest ISO. Actually, what I might do is just put a polarizer on. Maybe I should do that. I'll put a case polarizer on, and that'll slow the shutter speed down a bit more, so I don't have to stop down to f16, probably f11 or so. All right, let's give this one a go. All right, this is going to work a little bit better. This focal length is still a bit long, so I'll probably end up using the other camera to take some wide angle shots down here. But I'm trying to keep to the challenge. I'm not doing very well, but I am keeping to it, kind of. The nice thing about this right now is that, as I mentioned before, there isn't that much water, so there isn't the foam that we were getting last time I was here. There is still bubbles, but it's not distracting. And the nice thing is you can drag that shutter out and get these beautiful swirls. So what I've done is I put on a case ND 6 filter, 6 stop, and this one has a CPL built into it, all in one filter. So I'm able to polarize it and use the ND at the same time. Now my shutter speed right now, I'm at ISO 64, and I've got it down to 29 seconds or so. So that's plenty to get that beautiful swirl. And the water will be quite blurry at that speed, but it doesn't really matter because there's not really that much water anyway. So you'll be able to see all the details around those waterfalls. And the other nice thing right now is that it's very calm. So all the leaves and the trees and the branches and the grasses are really quite still. So it should be a really nice, sharp, crisp image. All right, well, my one lens challenge was a little bit of a fail. I think I just got too distracted by some really lovely scenes with wide angle lenses. So luckily I had the little Fujifilm camera there with the 10 to 24, which suited this area really well. So I'll just have to try the one lens challenge some other time. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give us the old thumbs up. That's always appreciated. And don't forget, I have a couple of books on for sale right now. I have my Land and Light book that is still up for pre-sale, and I have a few copies of Quiet Light that I'm selling with a free print. So if you're interested in that, I think I have 6 copies left. So if you're interested, be sure to head on over to my website for that. And also workshops. Alistair, Ben and I have a workshop in the Rockies. We only have 3 spaces left. We also have some workshops on Vancouver Island here as well. So go check those out at adamgibbs.com. All right, guys, till next time. Bye-bye.